Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome to another edition of What's in the Bag, Jay? Now, this is a segment where I pick 6 movies from my collection that I haven't seen, write their names on a piece of paper, throw them in the bag, draw one out at random, and do a short review. Now, returning from last week is Treehouse. Sector 7, Extraterrestrial, Seeds of Destruction, The Convent, and making his debut because of my good friend Danny B is The Night of 1,000 Cats, which I just heard him talk about, but I've never seen it and I had it in my collection. So, all right, let's give the bag a good tussle here. See what we pick out for this week. Let's see. We have Extraterrestrial. Now I'm going to set that aside while I sit all the movies side by side by side. Take my trusty Freddy vs. Jason die. Let's see what we got going on. Four. Okay. Finally, a different number. Let's see what comes back. Give the bag another good tussle. Okay. We have The Convent. Seeds of Destruction. Can't get it open. Night of 1,000 Cats. And couldn't reach any. Let's see. The last one is Sector 7. Now, if you guys want to see Treehouse come back, please vote. Other than that, I'm going to go watch Extraterrestrial and do a short review later. Well, I'm back. I just watched Extraterrestrial, and here are my thoughts. Extraterrestrial is a 2014 film which runs approximately 101 minutes and is written and directed by the Vicious Brothers, which consist of Colin Minihan and Stuart Ortiz. Now, they are responsible for Grave Encounters, which I kind of liked. It Stains the Sands Red, which I absolutely loved, and What Keeps You Alive, which I have DVR'd, but I have not watched yet. And this stars Brittany Allen as April. She was in Jigsaw, The Prodigy, and Stillborn. Freddie Stroma as Kyle. He was in Second Act, 13 Hours, and After the Dark. And Gil Bellows, which should sound really familiar, as Sheriff Murphy. He was in Drowning, Blood Money, and Blind Horizon. He pretty much got his start in the show that my wife used to watch years ago called Ally McBeal. He was pretty much her love interest. And he was in a ton of TV after that. Now, this also has cameo, well, not really cameos, small parts by Michael Ironside, who I really enjoyed in this, and Emily Perkins. I'm not sure if you guys know who she is. She played Bee in the Ginger Snaps trilogy. Now, or Bridget, but she was always called Bee. But anyway, this had a budget of $3 million and grossed only $71,103. Now, the original title for this was The Visitors, and of course, this was shot in 21 days. Now, this had a bit of a stipulation. I wasn't sure if I had seen this before. When I turned it on, first thing I said to myself, I've seen this one before. Because apparently what had happened was I had DVR'd this off of cable and watched the beginning of it, and I had to go somewhere. So I saw the first maybe 10 minutes of it, but that's all I'd seen because I couldn't remember any of the rest of it. And the reason why that is so embedded in my mind is because the beginning and part of the middle, you come to find out later, which I didn't know because I'd only seen the first 10 minutes, had Emily Perkins in it from Ginger Snaps. And kind of how this starts out, she is running in the woods away from something in the rain. She comes upon a general store where a guy's in there sweeping and mopping and closing up for the night, and he won't let her in. Well, she goes to a payphone outside and goes inside, calls for help, calls the police, and all of a sudden she's bombarded by this really bright light, and you just hear this kind of explosion. The guy goes outside feeling bad that he didn't let her in, and you see the payphone kind of booth smashed to the ground. That's pretty much how it starts out. So it had a very interesting start. From there, you have your main character, which is April, and her boyfriend, Kyle. Now they are going to their parents' cabin for the weekend. April's parents are getting a divorce, and she wants April to take pictures of the cabin so that she can sell it as far as real estate goes. And she didn't want to pay anybody to do it because apparently she's cheap. So they go to the cabin, and they are harassed by extraterrestrials. That's pretty much all I can say. There is definitely more to it, but this is a really, really cool sci-fi horror movie that I really didn't see coming. Of course, it has a really, really fast start, and I thought it was going to get kind of boring after that. This is mostly a standard motion picture. It does have a little bit of found footage in it, but not enough to really bother people who don't like found footage, and also not really enough to grab people who love found footage. So I just say that because if you do watch this film and you see the found footage, you're going to be like, great, found footage movie. But it's not really a found footage film, just to let you guys know. Now this is the other slipcover, or the other artwork. This is the one that actually comes with it. I like the other one better, so I switched it. Guys, this is a fun one. I really enjoyed this movie. It's kind of a different take and a more well-paced take on a kind of tired subject. And that's, of course, alien abduction. You do see hints of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, or nods to it, if you will. You also see nods to Fire in the Sky, of course. And they did a pretty darn good job with this. I'd have to say that this might be my favorite movie of theirs. I do really like It Stains the Sands red, but as far as the movies that I've seen, this pretty much takes the cake so far. Definitely choose what is your favorite to come back for next week. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.